But you know what?
What is that?
I think it's time for the new sports. Sporty things, all kinds of guys running around, sweating, grunting, tweeting, pooting in their gym socks, jock straps, sweaty nuts. Here we go. Sports.
See, you know what? And we don't have no women in here today to really ramp it up. So somebody's got to play the role like, nah, y'all can't do that either. Anyway, it's new sports.
I would do it, but I ain't got no.
George Steinbrenner.
There you go, man.
That's the story of the day, everyway, huh, Vic?
Big Boss has moved on, man. Unfortunately, died of a massive heart attack in Tampa Bay earlier this morning, about 6:30 a.m. And he's getting massive coverage because he was known as the first term, the boss, the first term owner, the boss, the true boss. But I'm going back to what Mario said. New York has this fashion of being great by being the ultimate asshole.
Yeah.
All right.
They may be in New York. New York. Listen, my family in New York know it's true.
So he tried.
In New York, little old ladies will bump into you and say "fuck you."
They will.
Little sweet cute little old ladies.
Yeah,
they're just like. You're like, oh my God.
Okay.
I know coming from LA, I was like in culture shock. At first, you come from LA, you don't know what to do. You just want to run. You say, people are so mean here. They're so mean.
I'm telling you.
Cops look like they need to take a bath.
Oh.
I'm serious. The cops be looking like, what?
Oh.
I mean, I went to the city. Man, I was walking down the street in downtown New York. Here's a brother in a full-length raincoat in the summer, talking about loose joints,
Yeah.
and here come businessmen in suits walking up to him buying weed, and walking across the street to the park. I'm saying, where the hell am I?
New York.
But New York, the Big Apple. That's where they have all that, Vic. So just so you know,
You know what?
Steinbrenner's New York.
Hey, you know what? The thing that
He represents.
I look at him as his own form of Al Davis. He's been one of the greatest known owners because he had a lot of money. He actually opened up a new way of being able to have revenue sharing by what he did in baseball. So they're honoring him for his effectiveness and with his branding. But the thing that always takes light is how he was very argumentative, or was always something that was going on with him, with the players, with people. He's a giving man. But the part that everybody's celebrating, they can't help it to say he was not, if anywhere, a great employer owner to work for. He was worse on people he worked with than people he didn't. So he's become famous or infamous for that, for being an asshole. And I didn't fight. He's a little bit before my time. I have to say it that way because whether y'all believe it or not.
Is he now? Who's the most famous assholes in baseball? Him, George Steinbrenner, or Barry Bonds?
Oh, that's a good one, man.
Everybody go.
Wait, no,
I want how Barry feels to know that he gets to be known. They look up the word, you look up the term baseball asshole,
right?
And they have his picture.
Well, you know what, Mark? I'm gonna say this: if you listen to the stories, I can understand the Barry Bonds effect and everything. But what? They had some close people talking about George. They said, you're talking about a guy who was terrible.
I bet let's see who goes to the funeral. It's Reggie Jack. What did Reggie say?
Well, Reggie, everybody's saying, well, look, the one thing they had was a love-hate relationship, and they all furthered by winning championships. It's a different thing. But talk about the employees who weren't the stars and celebrities who worked within the organization itself, that they got plastered on stuff. And guys was telling stories about how this man was as he relates to people who are not the celebrity stars on the team and how he treated people. He says he was the worst when it comes to that. So here's the page you turn. Gifted and a genius.
And how old was he?
80.
And God still.
See, and when you an asshole, you live long.
That's what I was saying.
It's something about being an asshole pickles your body.
See what I'm talking about?
Look at Strom Thurmond, Jesse Helms. They the same person.
Oh, that's cool.
Same person, just old assholes from the South.
Oh. The same thing. Like, God, you live 80 years just being an ignorant motherfucker.
I mean,
not having no feelings for no goddamn body.
Nobody.
Yeah, right. And you see, what's the hard part about our society? Something is a bridge between success and being a tyrant in business. And I'm not saying it as it relates to, like a country tyrant. I'm saying to be tyrannical in your business is some form of success. I'm not knocking him, and I don't know enough about him. but they are doing massive coverage on him because of what he's accomplished. But you know what? I still go back to that same thing. There are better owner examples that I've seen far greater than what I've seen just with what he's done. I know championships is a great thing, but I think what you want to talk about is great leaders who are able to do it quietly and effectively and affect people even more so. So I don't know enough about him. I just want to report that in and then go transition to the All-Star game, because you're probably going to see them put together a montage piece for him. Today's All-Star game is at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And before we even go to that, Big Papi, David Ortiz, knocked it out when it came to the home run. Ooh, derby, bam.
He was ugly with it.
Wow.
Hey,
Man,
he was ugly with it.
Dude, when you see his swing, you know what's they said one thing is true. He is a character within himself. When you see him, he has presence, and that gift, and being a low ball hitter, says pitch the ball low, I'm gonna knock it out the block. And at the same time, people giving up on him as being that power hitter. He's a designated hitter right now with the Boston Red Sox. They're still in contention. Second half of the season, we'll know as far as who's going to win the division or not. So I want to give celebration and props to that, because how many of you guys are big Papi fans?
I love him.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't believe in heroin, none of them hard drugs.
You know what?
Heroin.
Only Papis I like on a little roll.
See.
Little Papi seed roll.
See. I was trying to keep it.
I'm tired of the
I know
drugs.
what you're trying to do.
Only
man.
dopes use dope.
All right.
That's true.
Okay, we got to. I'm moving fast on this. You know why?
Why?
Because I want to get to the next segment, because I get to have fun with Trey, because he's got to bring. He's going to bring the real this time.
Man on man action.
Yeah.
Only if shit.
It's cold.
Only if raindrop ain't watching.
There you go. Hey, check it out. The captain. No, let me just say it this way. The center of the earth when it comes to steroids. The Tour de France.
You know how them French are.
I can't
Eating all that onion soup.
Hey, look.
Too many sauces.
Hey, you know what? You guys celebrate as much as you can. Armstrong crashes. This was actually the day before, but you know what? We get a chance yesterday because of all our special guests. He crashed. He says it's over. You know, when you crash once, it's a problem. When you actually end up in almost another crash, it's a problem. And when there's a third time, you're going like, it just ain't my day. It's not my year. And when you're 38 years old, things happen. Shit happens, as Mario quotes all the time. How many of you guys envision yourselves, I'll start with you, Mario, being in the Tour de France with those tight pants on?
Oh, man, the way I drive every bicycle I ride has them big fat wheels. Okay, they're about this wide. And I have a helmet, the same one the little retarded kids wear. That's the one I got.
Did you say retarded?
Oh, he said it.
It's not, I know. They have a different word now.
He can't.
But remember, I say Negro too. So what can I say? It all fits.
They're special children.
So I go out, that's right. And some of you are special children.
Go ahead. Here we go.
Many of our viewers are special children.
And guests.
And I was going to say.
Many of our guests are special children.
What about the personalities?
I too am special.
And personalities.
All right. Okay.
Trey too is special.
Very.
There is a term we have in this studio. I'll volunteer myself first. I'm dysfunctional rated number one, number two, number three. How many of you guys in this room are dysfunctional?
That's the only way. I mean, what's functional? Functional's overrated. You know what happens if you functional? Your old lady works the shit out of you.
You know what?
That's what happens if you
I
functional.
am a non-conformant.
That's right. I am a non-combatant and a non-conformant.
I can't do what you asked me. When I was on the VA at the second floor, I told the therapist, I said, listen, I can't do the things the way other people do it. I have to do it.
See, I never hear people.
I got to do it my way.
I got to do shit a certain way.
I face it alone.
But then when I